Howdy y'all, and welcome to episode 1, season 2 of my Let's Play. I am Ragaras, and of course we're playing the Unleashed pack. I originally was not even going to do a season 2, but you know, there's been so many changes with this pack that you know, I originally had just got on here just to kind of mess around with some of the new mods and some of the new changes, and so I'm still fairly early on. I know it looks like, you know, I've got a lot. I just completed the ME system here. Just finished. Well, I started with, of course, just with the basics there, and I've just finished with the molecular assembler chamber, I think it's called, and started putting in all the patterns. Now, this is one of the changes that I really like with this pack, is how much easier it is to put a pattern in here. Now, of course, you remember the older ones you had to back in the what was the name of the last pack? The other one, the awesome one. But instead of having to, you know, make all the items one time or whatever and then put them in here, now you can just, you know, question mark, put them right in there and encode it into a pattern. So that makes it so much faster to do this right here, to put everything in. So I've really been putting in a lot of patterns to try to get this running. And then down here, of course, I'm working on a processing room that automatically sends everything down, sends the recipes down here to cook them up. Now, originally was just gonna, I was not gonna do IC2. I just wasn't gonna mess with it. But without GregTech, it's actually a lot easier and not that bad. So I went ahead and stuck with it. So we'll go over that later. Now, one of the things that is pretty cool, and I see it on a lot of videos, is this Darkcraft. I do have it at tier 7, and I didn't rush through it or anything. I actually used a lot of the tools. You can see my stuff's kind of worn out here. These are older, of course. I haven't upgraded these yet, but there's some neat stuff in there. So just a quick base tour, kind of let you know where I started and what I've got going. This is actually taking me quite a bit of time, playing just an hour or so a day when I can play. But started not too far from here. I think I don't know what that was. The actual spawn area is kind of not too far that way, and I just ran around until I found me a nice water place, because you know, I like to quarry out in the water, just so I don't see massive holes in my world. I don't know if it'll load in. I think I've got 4 quarries now. 4th one's out that way somewhere. This is kind of the area I started. This used to just be all cobblestone, of course. I didn't do a roof. I wasn't sure if I was going to stay here or what I was going to do, so I just kind of dressed this up with what is this, abyssal stone. I guess this is a replacement for basalt from the Red Power. I was kind of worried when I saw that Red Power was not going to be in here, that it was going to kind of suck, that without Red Power it wasn't going to be as good. But they've done some good job with replacing some of the mods, and you know, other mods have kind of filled those gaps. Like right now, where I put it, what I want to do right now is I'm trying to update some stuff to kind of get all this stuff a little bit more automated than it was before. Let's sleep real quick. It's the one downside of that thing up there is it's wide open, and spiders will spawn and then jump on me. Spiders are constantly jumping over here and getting me. Now up here was my first tree farm. You can see it was laid out kind of narrow because I would originally was going to go my standard route of getting a Steve's Cart tree farm going, but they've changed Steve's Cart. So if you go over here to tools, don't want to listen to that. If you go over to the tools and you look, like these have durability now, unless you do the Galgadorian one. And so I did not want to be wasting my resources constantly repairing those. So, you know, I had made them. You can see in here, you know, I had everything set up, and then I was like, when I made it, I went, durability, what the hell? And watched a couple videos, and yeah, I was like, nah, not going to use that. Let me go another route. So I went ahead with the ME one just to see how fast it would go. And man, it's really fast. It's just as good as the Steve's Cart one, even though you do need to supply it with power, which is cool. I mean, I started it with 2 magmatic engines. Yeah, right here. 2 magmatic engines. This area that I'm using right here was actually a there was all lava in here. Yeah. So I just drained it. I just used the magma in here until it ran out, and then I just said, okay, well, this is a good spot. We'll just start, you know, we'll just kind of get set up in here to start. And that's kind of how I got started in here. And I like it. It's kind of organic. It flows. You know, the depths and stuff were what was here. Just going with it. Then I started using my turtle to mine all this stuff. Try to get copper. And copper is still very hard to get. And then, of course, mined all that. This is all turtle strip mining there. This was my first area for collecting mob essence. I actually had 3 skeleton spawners I got in the Twilight Forest, and then 2 zombie spawners. And I would just AFK here, and they would fall down. And originally I only had like 3 or 4, so it was set up so it would push them all down, then push them right in front of those things. But once you put an actual spawner in here, there would be so many that that wouldn't keep up. So that's been a little upgraded in there. What else we got? Over here is our biofuel production area. Started with just there's potatoes and carrots, and then all the saplings from the tree farm also come over here. And I just started with these 3 bioreactors, and you know, it was taking a while. And then I had a skeleton spawner, which is one of the first soul shard spawners that I made. And so I made another room just for them here, and you can see it's just connected to a wireless thing there, so I can turn it on and off. And then real simple down here, I just use iron spikes that kills them, and their drops all get collected in the obsidian pipes down there. So, okay, I don't know why it always places a torch. Is that part of that mod? So get out of here. Of course, I am wearing the force armor. Currently, there's a problem with I don't know if it's Optifine. I haven't turned it off yet, but there's a problem with the modular power suits. The power armor tinker table. I can't read it, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to just turn off Optifine and see if maybe that'll correct it, because you can see there's some glitches like right there on top of the. I don't know if there's a different version. I've got the version for 1.52, but it looks a little weird. So here's just some graphic glitches, and the thermal expansion machines, and then of course the modular power suit are the only 2 that I've really noticed. Other than that, it works fine. Now, one thing I did find out about one thing I did find out about these tools right here that's pretty cool is Like this is my Soul Stealer one right here. Now you'll notice there's unbreaking on here. When I made it, it was not on there. It won't let me add repair, but it does let you take, like if I try to fix it or combine it in here, it doesn't want to let me do it. But if you put it in an auto anvil, it'll fix it, and it will take books or other 4 swords that you created, and it'll combine it in there. So the auto anvil is pretty cool. Of course, I have the auto enchanter too, and with sucky. Now another new thing, and of course I think this is just Minecraft, not a mod, is it lets you combine books now. So you can take all your efficiencies, and if you've got like a bunch of lower levels, you see here I bumped them up to the higher levels. Got a bunch of smites, which I'll probably never use. So yeah, right here, of course, these are our 2 steam boilers. They're just low pressure. See, I got a lot of wood in there, and it's using can't remember the name of the mod for this, but these are kind of cool. These are almost like your red power, kind of the tubes. It only pulls stuff out if there's space for it to go, which is really neat. You can't put a speed upgrade on these if you need them faster, but these are really neat. You can also put an item filter on there. Like if we go over to the go over here, I've got this one. I think takes out potatoes. Yeah, that one takes out potatoes. This one takes out carrots, and then it puts them all in these machines. So these are pretty neat. They're not too hard to make. What are they called? A transfer node. You can see they're not too hard to make. It's just the some stone, 1 ender pearl, and you get 2 of them for that. So that's not a bad price. I think right now I need to. Now that this is full and it's really slowed down the production, I probably am losing a bunch of carrots and potatoes, so I need to either change these into deep storage or barrels or something. So that I need to change. Now all the bones from the skeletons over there, they all come into here. I have it turned off right now because it's, there's so many in there, and those all go into here, get pulverized, and I actually didn't know I could use the bone mill until I was watching Hypno's videos over on their Hermitcraft, something like that server, and he was doing this. So, because originally I started with that, and then I added these just to kind of give it a boost, and so off of that right now I'm running 14 engines right now. I guess the quarry's done. You can kind of tell when they're running because they're all dark, because the power's all being drained out. Like right now these are not running. That's another neat thing about these bio engines, is they don't constantly run if they're not drawing power. So you're not wasting your fuel. Now, if I was to take this and pump it into a steam boiler, it would constantly waste that fuel. So this test rack pumps the fluid in, and then all that energy goes into 2 separate test racks. So I can energy test racks, so I can power different things. So it does pretty good. The top one, pretty much right now, is powering the grinders down here, and all this stuff right here. Not that there's a lot there. This one I'm using to run just the quarry, and then over here, both of these run the ME system, the enchanting stuff right here, and all this down here. There's, of course, what you call it, the what mod is that? The energy conversion mod. So in here there's a BC consumer, then an energy bridge, and then down at the bottom is an HV producer for IC2, and that powers all the IC2 stuff right in here. And then of course behind this is all facade, so behind here of course there's all the pipage and whatnot. So we're definitely at that point now that I've got the molecular assembler chamber going, that we can really start kind of going a lot faster, because now it's just a matter of clicking the button saying I want something, and because we're definitely getting enough materials. I've got I've got quite a few spawners like loaded in here right now, and I want to change these out, but I broke a skeleton spawner, and the darn thing disappeared, so I had to make another one, which is easy enough to do. Of course I have it removed right now, but all this was conveyor belt flooring, and they all came down here, and it pushed all the mobs into that block right here, so I can just stand here and kill them. And so I just made another one. Of course, if you haven't seen it, soul shard, making soul shards is a little different. They don't have the soul furnace anymore, or whatever it was called. Now you come up here and you put netherrack there, and then you put glowstone right in the middle, would be right there, and then you click on that block glowstone with a diamond, and you get your soul shard. Pretty neat. Even though I kind of like the furnace, I thought that was kind of neat. Now I do like that they got rid of the vile sword or whatever it's called, because that thing was so lame. I mean, you couldn't kill anything with that. I mean, you had to transfer the enchantment over to a different sword. Now they just got it. Where's I know it's in here somewhere. Soul something. They do have it. I got one somewhere. I just ran over it. Oh well, they do have a Soul Stealer enchant. There we go. Soul Stealer enchant that you can put on any weapon now. So that's neat. Of course, you can also do it with a Force Sword, like that one, and then put Unbreaking on it. That, even with Unbreaking, Unbreaking will at least allow it to get you at least one soul shard, but then you do have to repair it. Probably, if you can get the Soul Stealer enchant, probably better to do it with a diamond sword, just in case. Now I've got a witch spawner in there, an enderman spawner. What else do I have in here? Oh, a blaze spawner. So yeah, what I got witch, ender, blaze, something like that. I don't know what all I got in there now, but those all get grinded and turned into the mob essence, and that gives me. I did have it all set up to chest, but now it's all going into the ME system, with the exception of all the blaze rods, which I got so many, so I probably won't turn them back on again. Now the witches give me, of course, all the glowstone, gunpowder, bottles, spider eyes, sticks, all that stuff that I may need. So my next project is probably to redesign this a little bit. I'm not sure how I feel about this Tinker's something or other. This thing's kind of slow, and there's other options out there with like Darkcraft and enchanting that I don't know. Tools look cool, but I haven't messed with it too much. I was actually using this to this was my smelter at first because it was the easiest way to get double ore just right off the bat. Because, you know, I mean, you can see all the clay that was like right around here. I was able to just take all that and turn it into these seared bricks. These are, of course, black force bricks. Mobs won't spawn on here, so I don't have to have torches laying everywhere. Still have a few laying around, but I could get rid of them if I wanted. So it's a neat pack. I'll probably just cover. Oh, okay. Real quick, since I'm looking at these things, this, of course, is the Forge Lexicon. This is the Unifier. I had to make this because out of all those loot bags that I get, it's pretty much where I was getting all my gas tiers was out of these bags. But some of the recipes will not interchange with the tier. It just says tier. That's a gas tier. So you can't use it in things like the Safari Net. And I had so many of them. I mean, I had 30 or 40 of them. I just made a Unifier, and I had to go kill one gas to get a gas tier. And I just put it in there. Now when I slap those tiers in, it'll turn them into gas tiers. You can't do that in the Forge Lexicon. If you put it in here, it tells you you can't do that exchange. So that's the only reason I have that Unifier right there. Let's put this away. So I've still got a lot I want to add to this. I want to add some monitors here, of course, so I can get some items that I use regularly, like stone and redstone, stuff like that, so I can put it in here. Just a lot of stuff I still want to mess with, like the where's that redneck cable? Like this redneck cable. I had something I wanted to use that for, and then didn't end up needing it. So got some other projects, of course. Is there anything else new in here? This was, of course, this whole room was all barrels. All this was barrels. All this was barrels until I put it all into the ME system. I just put this on extract and then aimed it towards the barrels, and it just drained everything because I had the ME system set up over here, and it just drained everything. And then I moved the ME system back over to where all the barrels were. There's so much. There's more than I thought I had here. There's a lot to explain. Well, if you see anything that I didn't kind of explain and you want to know about it, just let me know. You know, this episode probably won't be too long. I plan to start doing these a little bit more. Yeah, I've been working so freaking hard. I think I strained a work muscle. You know, I've got to start taking a little bit more me time and do something that I enjoy more. And I've always enjoyed doing this, so might be doing a little bit more of these. I definitely want to do more of these. Want to get this all cleaned up, make it all look a little better. You know, this is, like I said, still very early on in building. You know, using a lot of just easy to come by natural materials. There's not a lot of lamp options this time. I did use these. I think they're just called lamps. I just made one to start to see what they would look like, and they're pretty cool. When you put them on the ceiling, they kind of look like fluorescent lights, so I went with those. Then, of course, if you do the lamp, you get the redstone lamp, which, of course, that's just part of the game. Wrath lamps, probably stay away from those unless it's a really big area. I think there were some issues with the last packs. I don't know if it's been fixed, but there were some lag issues with those. Haven't really noticed any with these. Another option that you have, and these are pretty cool, are the glowstone illuminators. Now you can dye these. These right off the bat come as yellow or orangish, whatever, glowstone kind of color, and you can right click on them with a dye and it changes them to whatever color that you just dyed them with. So that's pretty neat. I like that. Now I am missing Zycraft's. Oh shoot! What were those little crafting tables? The auto crafting tables of his. Those were neat. Those were really neat to add to your system. You could just have it kind of automatically, like down here I probably would have used that for a little less bone meal, just to automatically just have bone meal pulled out, or put in and pulled out right there, and just save that power. I wouldn't have had to use power, which would have been nice, because all these bioreactors don't require power. That's why I went with these over squeezers, or not fermenters. Squeezers? Well, I don't remember now. Having a brain cramp. So that's kind of where we're at. I know it's been a long time since I put one out. I haven't really done anything with animals yet. This was my original chicken farm where I got some chickens. Just real easy. What I did is I just just threw some chickens in there with some hoppers. Suppose you could do this on vanilla very, very easily. It's the same thing. This is all vanilla mechanics. Just put chickens in there, and then when the chickens, you can see this is all full. When chickens pop their little eggs out, they go into the hoppers or to just to a small chest. So I got plenty of eggs. The sheep were just here, and I had originally planned to do a manure thing, but the plants seemed to grow fast enough and keep up that I didn't need to. And I'm gonna get jumped. It's a bad neighborhood. Skeletons are like snipers now. I mean, they don't miss. Look at that. These are slime trees. I was gonna see if I could get slimes to spawn like they do up on the island, so I got some of their dirt and their blue slime, and made my own little thing here, see if maybe that would work, and that doesn't. But you do get blue slime balls from the leaves, and you get green slime balls from the trunks. So this is kind of how I got my slimes. I don't have a mob spawner with slimes yet, so I'm just using these trees. But they give you so much, because you get a block of green slime on each one of these. That gives you, 8 or so, whatever, slime balls. So I've got plenty. These are just berry trees that I found. I actually lived off of these things for a while. I just recently found I think these are black or blueberries, and these other ones, and I just grew them up. Didn't live off of them or anything. Oh, you got to see this Bane. See the enchant Bane. This is so funny. Want to see an impudent creeper? If it doesn't kill him. Bane keeps them from doing their natural ability. So now he's just my buddy. Now we're just going to hang out. See, now he'll just kind of follow me around. He can't blow up. Poor guy. Doesn't it just make you feel sorry for him? Not really, but I thought that was hilarious. I'm just like, hey buddy, hungry? Want some bread? Want some bread? Here, have some bread, buddy. Yeah, I love that. That's enchant that you get from, I think it's fermented spider eyes on the from Darkcraft. I just think that one is hilarious, man. Because it's just they almost look pathetic when they're just standing in front of you and you can't explode. Yeah, I'm easily entertained. So that's kind of the base for right now. I still got a lot planned. One of the first things I want to do is kind of upgrade the style in this room now that I've got access to a lot more materials. This is, whoa, did it crash? Well, thanks for stopping by. I'm not going to try to restart it there, and I will see you guys next time. Appreciate you coming by. Take it easy.